Okay. Anywho, it is that time of the week again. It's Sunday night, which means I somehow haven't read the most recent One Piece chapter, which means I'm going to get to read it all live with y'all. Not entirely sure if my computer is picking up the background music, but maybe it'll show up in editing. I can hear it. It just seems extremely quiet. I can only put it at two different levels. Hopefully this is loud enough. Anywho, so where we last left off, if I remember correctly, there was Loki got stabbed. There was a man with a three-headed sword, and we got a big mural. Big mural, and I guess 3 pages of the Harley. Which, for a book as big as that, I expected to see more than 3 pages of it, personally. Maybe we'll get more of that in this week's chapter. Anywho, as always, we start with my rant about the Wano arc, because here it is at the beginning of chapter 1139. Mountain Eater. Don't know what that means. Maybe someone's gonna eat a mountain? I don't know. Ogre Trial Yamato's Golden Harvest Surrogate Pilgrimage, Volume 25. We have been in Yamato's cover story for a quarter of 100 chapters. We captured a rebellious duo. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Is that page 1 in Ulti? Did Who's Who just capture page 1 in Ulti? Is that what's happening on this cover page? There's two shadowy silhouettes with horns that are in the similar shape of page 1 in Ulti's horns, so I have to assume it's them. Fan favorite characters, everyone. Page 1 on page 1! The joke! It actually matters for once! Anywho, the chapter title is Mountain Eater. I don't know what that means. Maybe we're cutting away. I think we left off with a figure trying to show up to where Luffy's group is, but I don't know if we're going to actually catch up with Luffy's group. I kind of half expect us to cut back to whatever the rest of the crew is. Like, Usopp is... We don't know what Usopp's doing. I think Usopp's still sharing stories at the bar. Robin's group is still at the library. I think Chopper's there. Who's unaccounted for? Is Brooke at the party? I think Brooke's at the party. Frankie is with Ripley. Yeah, actually, quite a bit of them are pretty spread out. And then maybe we'll cut and see if Loki survived getting stabbed 3 times. Anywho, I think I've sat on page 1 for long enough, so... We got page 1 on page 1! That's the highlight of the chapter for me. Because it's a meme. Page 1 on page 1. What more could I ask for? It's page 1 on page 1! Alright, speaking so enough of page 1 on page 1. Let's move to page 2, which hopefully has page 2 on page 2. But I don't think Oda's going to drop a character named Page 2 anytime soon. A man can dream. The era of man's dreams will never end. Which, fun fact, I believe Blackbeard's quote about how a man's dream will never end is actually what I think the final line of the entire series of One Piece will end on. The adventure will be over. But instead of finding the next adventure, we'll just get a quote about them going off onto the next adventure and how the journey will never truly end because the era of man's dreams will never end. Maybe that'll be they'll issue in a new era, the era of dreams. But that's enough needless speculating on my part. Let's move to pages 2 and 3. Alrighty. It's not giving us a heads up, but it looks like we're heading back to, what was it, Arist Castle? We've been looking for this key for a while now. Are we even gonna find it in this huge place before sundown? The guards certainly won't know where it is. If anyone would know the location of this key, it would be either Chief Jarl or a few of the elders. Oh, the old sword Gramps. I wonder if he'd tell us. He would never give it to you. Freeing Loki would be a terrible crime. We didn't decide we were going to free him yet either. You're strict, Zolo. I keep forgetting that. We're Zolo boys here. Oronora Zolo. Voiced by Antonio Banderas in the dub. As we all know. Christopher Sabat who? Alright, Nami sees something. What's up? Ooh. Red carpet. Traces of opulence. Could that be the throne room? Pardon us. Whoa, jeez, it's all busted. The scars of battle here are vicious. Even the ceiling's missing. It is the throne room. Huh. What's that strange mark? Mark? What mark? Yeah, there's a giant pentagram in the center of the room. And if there's a hole in the ceiling, it means that that lightning strike probably hit the ground and created that mark, and that's how they teleport in. Maybe. I don't know. The weird summoning circle thing that the Gorosei used in the Egghead arc, and I guess the Holy Knights used in this arc, doesn't have an explanation yet, currently. Is it a devil fruit power? Is it some demonic thingy? Is it magic? Is it some ancient lost science? I don't know. I don't have any answers. Hopefully when we move to page 4 and 5, we'll get some. Oh, you're right. It looks like a magic circle out of a book or something. A magic what? It's the thing they use in ritual demon summoning in some country or other. Oh, they're actually referencing Brooks' cover story. What? They call demons? Beats me. What is such a thing doing in the throne room? It's eerie. I feel like I've seen something like that lately, though. Straw Hat Luffy. Who's that? A demon? Huh? It's obviously not a demon. Who is it? Is it a lost soul from beyond the grave come to haunt us? Boy, Roto is panicking a lot. I've been hoping to meet you. Rest, spirit of the dead. Rest, spirit of the dead. God, he's still panicking. Whoa, who is that? Show yourself. Are you a demon summoned to this place? I just knew this castle was haunted. We must flee before the ghost haunts us too. Wait, don't run, Roto. Wait. What happened? An axe? There's an axe flying into the wall. Don't drop us. Oh, he dropped them. Flung his hands in the air, and now everyone's flying. Well, that was a lot of an action sequence and a big close-up of the pentagram, so those 2 pages are relatively short. Not much else to comment on it. Who do we know that uses an axe? Ooh, are we gonna get to meet Silver Axe? That's another one of those characters we haven't really met yet. That's from like a legendary figure. Maybe Silver Axe is the mysterious figure that we saw. Oh, it kind of looks like Yogo. Hang on. Ooh, thanks. Someone's on the chair. Forgive me, Ultra Rare Nami. I'm gonna smack you. It's Sir Ya. Why are you here? But Sir Ya, why are you here? I felt some abnormal hockey coming from the castle earlier. It seems to have left, but now I find you here instead. Human, former pirate living in Elbaph, Mr. Ya. So Sir Ya, Mr. Ya. I've heard stories about you, Straw Hat Luffy. Well, this is very clearly the figure with the hat that we saw a few chapters ago in the silhouette, and it's even got the same cloaked figure, which means this is also the person that was talking to Crocus all those chapters ago in that cover story. Including that you took care of Kaido. Boy, I'd love to go traveling around Wano again. Huh? Sir Ya? He goes by Mr. Ya in Elbaph. You went by the school, correct? Did you not meet a teacher named Ripley there? He is her husband. Oh, so you're the dad of that giant shrimp. Giant shrimp? I guess I am. So you met Colin and Ripley, eh? He took a lot of giant's blood. He grew up without me being able to hold him in my arms. Would you believe he's 20? And Ripley is 80. She's older than me. That part actually isn't very hard for me to believe. Let me tell you, marrying a giant's not worth it. I get older, they stay the same age. There's a Matthew McConaughey joke in there somewhere. Dazed and confused. That's a good point. I'm just surprised to hear that someone's actually done it. We met a half-giant before, right? Wasn't Bastille in the Marines? Wasn't he half-giant? Love is free. 8 and 9. There are many mixed blood races throughout history. The Buccaneers, the Dosendata. Dosendata? Haven't heard of that one. The long arms and long legs, and the Wotons. We have met Wotons, like Big Pan from Foxy's crew. These blended peoples don't tend to last long, but in every era there have always been those who are more open-minded. Ah. You seem to know a whole lot. Who are you anyway? I am the preacher of love! Is his real name Maurice? Some call me the gangster of love. Anywho. That sounds like what Sanji'll be when he gets older. Nice callback, Luffy. Anyway, I'm searching for the key to Loki's cuffs. Just don't tell him about it, and he wouldn't know anyway. Oh, forget I said that. Too late. Eh? Loki, eh? Fascinating. There's one thing I love. It's other people causing trouble. Oh, God. Old man yells at children. That's really tacky. You better not tell anybody about this. Nami's upset. Young lady, secrets are born to be spread. No, stop that right now. Do you know what kind of man Loki is? If the worst should happen because of this, what's your plan? I'll beat him up, put the chains back on him. Years ago, a man named Red-Haired Shanks captured Loki. Prior to that, no one was ever able to stop him. Okay. Looks like we're gonna get some big reveal backstory here. 10 and 11. We're like 2/3 through this chapter already. It's been a lot of yapping, but I'm enjoying it. Top of 10. If you don't know what kind of powers Loki has or what damage he might do... Hey, wait! They're leaving already. Let's look for the key. I think he's gonna be yapping for a while. Wait! You're wasting our time. He's giving us a warning. You should listen to him. Thank you for the sound advice, Nami. I'm sorry, Sir Yad. They're just, huh? Ooh, flashback here. I'm sick of all your warnings. Are you afraid? I didn't say that. Oh, wait a minute. Those silhouettes, is that Roger and Rayleigh? If you want to stop me, you'll have to do it by force. I'm telling you to be aware of the risks, idiot Roger. Oh. Hang on, let's go back. I want to go back a couple pages, get a better look at the full shot of Mr. Ya. You know, he has the same glasses, so I'm assuming Mr. Ya is Scopper Gaban. Probably should have caught on to that earlier. But, yeah, this is probably Scopper Gabon, and this flashback seals it. Alright. Hey, Oroto. Go up to the throne and push it. Huh? In the old Pirate King's crew, there were 2 others who were especially strong aside from Roger himself. Oh, we're cutting back to Usopp. Oh yeah? I'm guessing it's Rayleigh and someone else? That's right. One time Roger, the captain, needed to rest and heal. So he and this other fellow went to a hospital in the mountains, unfortunately. He got surrounded by a bunch of enemy pirates. But this fellow went out and took on his own and took down hundreds of enemies with just his 2 axes. Yep, that definitely sounds like Scopper Gabon. By himself? With 2 axes? But there's more. In the place where he fought, there was only the bald mountainside left behind, with not a single tree standing. What? That seems a little excessive. And because of that, he gained the epithet of Mountain Eater. It's a well-known story. After the first mate Silver's Rayleigh, this man was known as the Pirate King's left arm. Oh, are we cutting back? Oh, guess we're done with Jinbei, Usopp, Sanji's with this group? This is inconsistent writing, Oda. Why is Sanji in the group with no women? Isn't his whole shtick following Nami and Robin around? Why is he with neither of them? It feels rather odd. So Sanji, Brook, Usopp, and Jinbei are still in the village at the party. Well, I guess Sanji could be with... Oh, he's sitting on Gerd. He's sitting on Gerd's shoulder, I think. Never mind. I take it back. Forget I said anything. Sanji, you're fine. Alrighty. 12:13. I see that to be continued out of the corner of my eye. I mean, this is the last pages already. Already pretty short. We're not even like at 20 minutes yet. A hidden... Back to the castle. Well, we're cutting back immediately. They haven't even been giving us the little taglines that says back at the castle or whatever. A hidden room. A treasure chamber. I love you, Mr. Ya. I can only surmise and guess as to who said that thought bubble. Treasure, treasure. How did you know about this, Sir Ya? Exploring's my thing. Whoa, treasure. A treasure chest room. They're all empty. But it was a treasure chest room. You lied to me! Hey, don't blame me. It's an abandoned castle. A perfect target for burglars. But look. Oh, a key. Here's something no burglar would care to take. Yes. In other words, releasing Loki is something even the wicked dare not to do. So will you still take this key? What? Yes, he's here. He's been living in Elbaph for over 20 years. Really? The legendary figure who stood shoulder to shoulder with Roger and Rayleigh. The left arm of the Pirate King. Then take it from me if you can. Scopper Gabon. We have silver, gold, and copper. There he is. Yo boy, Scopper Gabon. I feel like that was a little bit dragged out. But at the same time, I can't really say it was that much of a dragged out reveal. Because this was a really short chapter. We basically got to see the summoning circle. Here's the recap for those looking at the timestamps. So we basically found the throne room. We found the summoning circle. There's a hole in the roof. We meet Mr. Ya. We get backstory on what is clearly Scopper Gabon. And then we find the treasure room and get the reveal. Mr. Ya is Scopper Gabon. And we also get an epithet for him. I don't know if we had an epithet for Scopper Gabon before this. I can't remember if he had one before this. But that's an interesting story about him cutting all the trees and making the mountain bald. Chernabog much? Is anyone Is anyone who follows me old enough to know who Chernobog is? I would assume so. Most of my audience is like, according to YouTube statistics and analytics, it says most of my audience is like 24 plus. That being said, a lot of people lie about their age on YouTube, so A lot of my content is 18 up because I swear a lot, and my channel isn't very advertiser friendly. And I plan to keep it that way. But we didn't get any Loki in this chapter. So Loki might just be dead. Though I doubt it. They built him up so much. And technically there's a character that looks like Loki on that mural from the last chapter, so I don't think Loki's dead. But it looks like we're going to get a Kakashi-type test where they're going to try to take the keys from Scopper Gaban in the next chapter. And I have a feeling that that will actually end when the Holy Knight group actually eventually comes. I'm assuming they're making their way back here to the summoning circle where they're going to try to summon in a third person. I think that's what they said they were going to do. If not, maybe they're making their way to the coastline and just waiting for reinforcements to arrive. Elbaph getting hit with a Buster Call. Imagine that happening. I definitely imagine that will happen by the end of the arc. But there's still a few mysteries left that we need to figure out. We don't know who Shaggy is, the person who was on the transponder snail with Loki. That person, I do expect to show up and possibly save Loki, since we seem to be taking a slow as hell journey as getting the key to get to Loki. I'm surprised they didn't just go down there and see if they can break the chains, to be honest. It's so rare that we see a mission to get a key in One Piece, because we're at the point where people can cut through Diamond and shit. Which, fun fact in real life, Diamond not that hard to cut through. Diamond is actually surprisingly easy to break. It has a very high hardness, but in terms of durability, it doesn't have all that much. It's like shattering any other crystal. Just a hammer, applied force. As for what we can expect next time, I feel like I've gone through all of my summations and predictions for now. And it seems that I've already lost connection, so once we reconnect, I'll probably end the stream there. So, thank you everyone who decided to stop by. I don't know why we're having so many internet problems lately, and I guess, look forward to some future streams and content, because we're probably going to be celebrating, we've done 100 streams of Honkai Star Rail, so the next stream that we're going to be doing 100 pulls for Robin for 100 streams. How's that sound? That sounds like a fun little thing. Anywho, that's all I have to say for the day. I'm Dan Sheets. This has been Sheets Streams. I'll catch you all next time. Stay safe, everyone.